Andrew McCutchen continued his dominance at the plate against Washington, crushing 2 home runs to put Pittsburgh ahead early. The Nats struck back late. Jason Worth hammering 2 of his own over the fences. But in the end, the Pirates hung on to win. Who knows where things will end up in Game 2 tonight? Well, maybe tonight is the night. It's Game 2, Pirates and Nats in town. A couple of good young arms on display, including a former #1 draft pick from those battling Buccos. And they are trying to go 20 games over 500. Nats trying to knock them off and get something started. We saw some offense late last night, and hopefully tonight things will be a little earlier, especially Jason Worth, the way he's swinging. Some of the best swings we've seen all year from this man consistently right now.
Well, since his days with the Philadelphia Phillies, I think Jason Worth playing some of his best baseball of his life, maybe the best baseball. And you go back to the 2 home runs on Sunday, the 2 home runs last night, and in 25 games since June 23rd, get this, he's hitting .379, 7 home runs, 20 RBI, and only a .456 on-base percentage. He's just staying over the baseball, staying through it. And last night is the first time I can remember in his Nationals career where he hit a ball out to right center field, and you're looking at it right there, a missile that got out of here in about 2 seconds.
So the bottom line is there's now a 300 hitter in the lineup. His batting average is skyrocketing, hitting .431 since the fireworks went off July 4th. He has an on-base percentage of .366, and Jason Worth suddenly flirting with 40 RBIs. He is doing it all for the Nats, and hopefully he gets some help. Some really good young pitching we'll see tonight on both sides.
Yeah, Garrett Cole, first-round pick from UCLA going for the Pirates. A guy with a 98-mile-an-hour fastball, but it's weird. He doesn't miss bats, doesn't strike out a lot of guys. And for Taylor Jordan, a guy that's had a nice outing last time, and you got to keep that sinker down, his changeup too, and he'll have success.
So Cole is 4-3 in 7 starts with a .389. Taylor Jordan is 0-2 with a .3.32. It'll be his 5th big league start. Still looking for that Curly W. In more ways than one, maybe tonight's the night. Brought to you by PNC Bank, for the achiever in you, and by your local BMW Center. Well, the infield dirt has been hosed down. Everything's ready for a ball game here. The Nats and the Pirates in Game 2, another big crowd gathering. Attendance has been fantastic on this homestand. The Nats need to reward our fans with a big-time W. Train celebrating its 100th anniversary by offering irresistible financing. It's hard to stop a train, really hard. So it's 88, humidity not that bad, and some breezes blowing tonight. Really a bit comfortable. Garrett Jones gets the start in the number 6 spot. He's on a 6-game hitting streak. Only 7 hits, but a couple of homers and 3 doubles, so almost all those hits for extra bases. Jose Tabata in the lineup tonight, and Neil Walker comes off the DL after a problem with his right side. Taylor Jordan, first game against the Pirates, and his 5th big league start. FP will update you on him as soon as we see this first pitch to Starling Marte. He is ready to roll. And it's a swing and a foul. We're underway right on time, 7:05.
Yeah, last time out for Jordan on the 14th against the Marlins, he received a no decision. He allowed 2 runs on 8 hits over 6 innings of work. Struck out 4, walked nobody, threw 73 pitches, 47 of those for strikes.
Marte at 283 on base percentage, 337. Right side, Anthony Rendon. This young man can be a ground ball machine, and that's a good way to start.
Same soup for the Nats tonight on defense. Harper, Spanworth, your outfield. Desmond Zimmerman, left side of the infield. Rendon LaRoche, right side of the infield. And Wilson Ramos behind the plate.
14-year veteran Tim Timmons has the plate. Mike Estabrook first. Mike Winters, the crew chief at second. Laz Diaz, third base. This is Jose Tabata. Had some injury problems 2 years ago. Played in only 103 games last year. And he's in right field tonight, hitting 282. 23-year-old outfielder from Venezuela. In fact, came from the Yankees in a 6-player deal back in 08 that involved Jeff Karstens, Xavier Nady, a former Nat, Starling Marte, and Ross Ohlendorf. Guys changing addresses in a multi-player deal. Tabata on an 0-2 count. Jordan going right after him here, and a fastball under his hands.
It's a good 0-2 pitch.
Yeah, I always like it when they move guys off the plate a little bit. FP, you talk about get their feet moving.
Yeah, have a purpose to your 0-2 pitch. Use the inner half to go back to the outer half, like that.
And get a nice slider low and away. Nowhere near contact on strikeout number 1.
So this strikeout right here set up by the 0-2 pitch all the way. The sinker in to Jose Tabata to go to that slider down away. Good sequence right there by Taylor Jordan.
All right, it's Andrew McCutchen. In the month of July, after last night's fireworks show, hitting 383. He's 7th in the National League in hits with 111. And 93 just missing away.
431 career average, a few home runs, 13, in 27 games.
Yeah, 26 RBIs, counting those 4 last night.
That is some serious ownage.
Can't blame Jordan for staying away from him. If you walk him, you walk him.
Well, if you walk him, you're walking 21 stolen bases.
And a fly ball had him reaching. Denard Span. What a good first inning for Taylor Jordan. Now the Nats will see a live arm in Garrett Cole. Game's already started. How about 9 pitches, 7 strikes for Taylor Jordan? To start off his evening, here's the Mazda Nats lineup. We believe at Mazda, if it's not worth driving, it's not worth building. So Jason Worth this month, second in the major leagues in RBIs, 5th in slugging percentage. He's made it to the 300 mark as the Nats play their 100th game of the year.
Also made it to witness relocation with that headshot.
And that was FP, not Bob. Here's Garrett Cole, first time ever against the Nats. Big time talent. He's only 2 years removed from pitching for UCLA.
Yeah, 22 years old. And last time out on the 14th against the Mets, he received the 4-2 loss, gave up 3 runs on 6 hits. All 3 runs scored in the first inning by the New York Mets. So don't let him settle in. Get him early. Through 89 pitches, 58 for strikes. His fastball averages 96 miles an hour. And weird with power stuff like that, Carp. He's got 25 strikeouts in 41 2/3 innings, so not a strikeout guy.
Yeah, that's interesting. He can really bring it. And Bryce Harper hacking first pitch a little late. Bryce steps in at 264. First inning walk, 6th inning base hit, 1 for 3 last night. That ball will go to left center, and you know what he's thinking. 2 bases until McCutchen stops him, which he does, and Bryce will go way back. Ball just got over Neil Walker, but the pitcher ends up backing up there, and Bryce gets the evening off to a good start for the offense.
The new hitting coach, Rick Shue, is unbelievable. This team is hitting 1,000 with him as the coach, and there goes the no-hitter. Bryce Harper, line drive to left center field, checking in, and you called it, Carp. Watch McCutchen hustle. He knows that Harper's thinking about 2, gets rid of it quick, and just the fact that he let the ball go, Bryce Harper had to put the brakes on, and there he is, the best hitting coach on the planet. His team's hitting 1,000.
Let's see how long it lasts. Be nice for several more hitters. And here's Anthony Rendon. Anthony got himself a hit last time up last night. Harper started just a couple of steps and then he stopped. And Anthony takes a strike. The count's even 1-1. Nats start the night hitting 240 as a ball club. Pirates at 243. They're 12th in the league. The Nats right behind him in average. And speaking of average, very good on this count has Rendon been. Steps in as a 279 hitter. And that throw was almost across the runner, and Garrett Jones had to walk a tightrope there for a step or so.
Yeah, watch batting practice today, and Rick Shue all over the cage. Very hands-on batting coach. Had all the Nats hitters doing hit and runs, moving runners, scoring guys from third with less than 2 outs. A lot of situational drills today in batting practice. And the last swings they took were with 2 strikes. So a 2-strike approach in batting practice today. And it's a guy with a lot of energy, likes to have fun.
And those two were together in Arizona.
Yeah. So working on fundamentals today in batting practice, and he was all over the place. Lots of energy, being real positive.
Harper running, and Rendon shoots it foul the other way.
So the defense for the Pirates behind Garrett Cole tonight. Bryce Harper sporting a good uni already. Starling Marte in left, Andrew McCutchen in center, Jose Taba on right, Mercer Alvarez left side, Walker Jones right side, and Russell Martin behind the dish.
So Neil Walker back tonight. He's been out for a while. He's a live bat in their lineup, and they've been looking forward to getting him back in there. Bryce Harper, that's about his 3rd or 4th dive back into the bag.
Well, I think, Carp, that's the dimension he adds in the leadoff spot. A true threat to run. Everybody knows how aggressive he is on the bases, and you can already see Garrett Cole early with 4 throwovers thinking about Bryce Harper.
Yeah, a distraction.
Yep.
He's running. Rendon, another foul.
Got a good jump. 2 strikes, you got to protect, but Bryce Harper had a fantastic jump right there off Garrett Cole. See the lean? As soon as he picks up, Bryce goes. And who knows, he could be the 2013 edition of Larry Leadoff. So far, so good.
It would be intriguing to see this happen for an extended period of time.
He wants to go again.
He's going.
Got a bad jump.
That is low, and he is out. Several dives back to the bag, a couple of trips toward the second base bag. Maybe took some of the legs out from under Bryce Harper early.
So watch the jump. You see how delayed it is? On the foul ball, good jump that time. Left a little bit late. Kind of got caught in between with the rhythm. And a good throw by Russell Martin. Bryce Harper being aggressive. He can't not like that.
And now Rendon gone, and the inning. 2 quick outs after that promising start. For Garrett Cole, strikeout number 26.
Got a little 95 on the black away. And Rendon knew it.
So 26 strikeouts in 42 innings. Ryan Zimmerman steps in. Ryan 0 for 4 last night. 3 ground balls, 2 of them double plays. Everybody getting their first look, first time around here at the 22-year-old rookie fireballer. That's a fastball that was up. Ryan chops it over to Pedro Alvarez. And the inning over to hurry. That was a dangerous throw that took Garrett Jones right in front of Zimmerman. Nat's gone after the leadoff hit. Filling up. Pirates 4-5-6 coming up, top of the second, and this inning is presented by Luna. Call today for the Luna Double. Get your second room of flooring free at 877-241-LUNA. Great first inning for Taylor Jordan. Talked about the ground balls. You got a ground ball, a strikeout, and a fly. He is getting ground ball percentage of outs this year, almost 73%. The only big leaguer. And of course, Taylor doesn't have enough innings, but Rick Porcello is the big league leader, and he has 72%. So Taylor Jordan is setting a pretty interesting precedent for how he gets his outs at the major league level.
A good sinker will do that for you. Saw a pretty good one last night from the Pirates starter.
Yeah, he had 12 by the time Charlie Morton left after 6 2/3. This is Pedro Alvarez. Took a little bit off, 85, right in there, counts even.
Well, you would think first time around the Pirates are trying to pick up that funky delivery that Taylor Jordan has and trying to find that release point. We always talk about right from behind the back of his hat.
Three balls, one strike. Alvarez doesn't walk much. He will slap that one, and Rendon got to it. Couldn't corral it, and a base hit out into right center. Pretty good range and reach by Anthony Rendon. Pedro Alvarez, after going 0 for 20, now has 2 consecutive hits.
I got into a 3-1 count, knew he was getting a fastball, hit it right on the screws. And it looked like it was going to hop up high enough for Rendon to get a glove on it. Nice effort by the Nats second baseman, and a nice swing by Alvarez.
Leadoff man aboard. Pirates have their first base hit. Russell Martin is next. He was 2 for 3 with a walk, a steal, a run scored, 2 singles last night. Inside the numbers with STG. He's better, oddly enough, when he falls behind 1-0 like it is right now. Interesting set of numbers.
Well, I think that'd be news if he had a 5-year career working right now. But with a small sample size, I would think that the majority of his career he would want to be had 0-1 versus 1-0.
Nice pitch, 94 right on the outside edge.
Everything away to Russell Martin. Yeah, it looked like there's a couple of strikes in there that weren't called. At least according to Pitch Track. Pitch Track's probably the best ump in the league.
Up the middle. Rendon can't get to it. Looked for a moment like Taylor Jordan was going to make a bid for that ball. And it got by him. Too hot for Rendon to get to.
Well, a 3-1 count to Alvarez, a 2-1 count to Russell Martin, and you have to work ahead to major league hitters. They're going to know what to do when they're heading the count, especially when you're a guy that throws a lot of fastballs. Key for Jordan to get ahead.
Garrett Jones now. 5 of his last 7 hits during this 6-game hitting streak, extra bases. And that 1-0 count's not working too well right now, leading to some other things after that. Jones at 260, 37 RBIs. Drove in 86 for the Pirates in a breakout year last year. It's inside.
You see the quick pitch right there from Jordan. He'll do that slide step with the runner on second base just to kind of rush the hitter. But once again, behind in the count.
Jones 5 double play balls this year. And of course the forte for Jordan, keeping it down. Nats have turned 83 on the year.
Yeah, his best friend, the tailor-made double play.
That's way upstairs. Nobody retired yet. Neil Walker about to come off the DL and his first at bat. Walked him. Bases loaded. Nobody out.
Boy, when you've lost 4 games in a row, the last thing you want to do is play catch-up baseball. Puts pressure on your offense. And when maybe your offense isn't in the right place to play catch-up baseball, this inning becomes huge for the Nationals. A nice job of battling back last night, putting a 5 spot up there after falling behind 5-0. But tough to play uphill every night.
Neil Walker hitting .244 at the time of his injury. It's 1-0 again.
Steve McCatty going to go out there and try to calm his young right-hander down.
And as always, Ian Desmond's going to come in and join it. Ramos is there. The thing we've seen about Taylor Jordan, you noticed this his last start. When the pitching coach comes out, they're looking each other in the eye. He's not looking down and just in his own world out there. He's absorbing what he's hearing from the other guys and adding it to the conversation himself as well.
Somebody cracked a joke. Got a smile from Jordan right there. I'll tell you what, shortstop, captain, the infield always comes in there, but I always used to run in there just because those were the best stories. You never know what's going to happen in a conference at the mound. And most times it's not about mechanics. It's about relaxation and trying to take the guy's focus off maybe something that's not going his way.
This becomes an important pitch. Nobody out, bases loaded. And he gets the ground ball. Can they turn it? Desmond taken out big time there by Garrett Jones. Ian thought about a throw to third to get Alvarez rounding the bag. And the Pirates will have the lead on a 4-6 fielder's choice. It was actually Russell Martin over there at third after Alvarez had scored.
A good slide by Garrett Jones. Just a little too much chop on this ground ball right off the dirt. And you see the air underneath it. There's no way it can turn 2. Good slide by Jones. That's clean. That's the way you play the game of baseball, hard. Going in there, not allowing Ian Desmond, had a little bobble right there, but I don't think, even if Jones didn't take him out, that he had time to turn the double play.
There's a number 8 hitter, Jordy Mercer. And Jordan gets ahead. Mercer has an 8-game hitting streak. Hit number 2 last night. Went 2 for 4 with a double, a single, a walk, and a run. Phillies are in St. Louis in about 45 minutes to start there. Braves have an Andrelton Simmons home run, top of the first, to take an early lead 1-0 at New York. Phillies are 7 back of the Braves. The Nats 1 back of Philadelphia. Hot shot, Zimmerman, great pick. Rendon drops the throw. Everybody's safe, and it's 2-0.
I think that throw might have got there a little too soon for Anthony Rendon. It was right on the money. Great play by Zimmerman, but I don't think he was ready for the throw. One-hop shot to Zimmerman. Watch how quick Ryan gets rid of it. It's a perfect feed right on the money, and for whatever reason, Anthony Rendon just flat out misses it. Look at the feed. I mean, that's perfect. Look, he might have taken his eye off it, but based on the speed of the ball and how quick Ryan Zimmerman got it, that was an easy 5-4-3 double play.
Rendon's 9th error, fielder's choice, RBI, E4. Well, Garrett Cole can bunt a couple of runners ahead. He has one sacrifice at the major league level. That ball evidently hit the bat, came down and hit him.
I wonder if Garrett Jones had a little bit to do with Anthony Rendon bobbling that ball. Garrett Jones went in hard to Ian Desmond. And when you know a team's coming to get you as a middle infielder, sometimes you rush. So even on a play before, when a guy goes in hard for a double play, it can affect maybe the way you think about it in the future.
Cole has a big league hitter, 3 for 11 with 2 RBIs. He's handled the bat pretty well. LaRoche coming in, Zimmerman creeping in. That's a great pitch. Fastball to the outside corner, 0-2. Mercedes-Benz will track it.
And fastball on the black, strike 2. I'll say this, Taylor Jordan in his starts as a major leaguer has gotten not a lot of help on defense.
Yeah, 3 unearned runs coming into this game. Cole's going to switch off and get a base hit. Neil Walker in to score. Pirates lead 3-0. And now he's 4 for 12 as a big league hitter with 3 runs batted in.
I always say it about the young guys. They haven't forgot how to hit yet because they're so new to this whole thing. And you see the butcher boy right there by Garrett Cole. Ryan Zimmerman in. I mean, you can't draw it up any better than that. Pull the third baseman in, hit it right by him for the 3rd run here in the 2nd for the Pittsburgh Pirates.
Top of the order now in Starling Marte. So in the inning, 3 hits, a walk, an error, still only 1 out. To Marte, who bounced out to Rendon first time. He'll line out there. That'll be a double play. As Jordy Mercer just took off, and the Nats will hold the Pirates, if you will, to 3 in the top of the 2nd. Adam LaRoche, Jason Worth, and Ian Desmond for the Nats. Bottom of the 2nd. The annual toy drive will be here at the ballpark before the Nats take on the Mets at 3:05 on Saturday. All donations benefit the U.S. Marine Corps Reserve Toys for Tots program. New unwrapped toys and monetary donations will be collected at the center field gate through the end of the 2nd inning. Go to Nationals.com. /community for more information. Adam LaRoche always hits the Pirates well. He scored 3 runs last night.
Broke up the no-hitter in the 5th inning and the shutout, leading off the bottom of the 5th for the Nationals. Adam LaRoche going first row for his 14th home run of the year. Ian Desmond taking the helmet off. Sure Drake was down there somewhere too.
So against the Pirates in his career, Adam LaRoche has hit 5 home runs, driven in 19 runs, and has hit right around 380 against one of his former ball clubs.
Well, right now, if you're the Nationals, you have to fight that feeling, that here we go again feeling. And it happens when you're scuffling as a ball club. Some things don't go your way. You make some miscues on defense. A 3 spot for the Pirates in the 2nd. And there's a tendency to say, here we go again, but that's when you have to be mentally tough.
Yeah, the Nats have given up 37 unearned runs now this year, counting that one. So time to get the bats busy. 4, 5, 6, bottom of the 2nd. The Pittsburgh dugout just moved Jordy Mercer from right behind the second base bag to about 15 feet over more toward right field. So it's Mercer, Walker, and Jones over there. Pedro Alvarez out at a shortstop position. And really, that shortstop position's kind of playing up the middle as well for Clint Hurdle. And the breaking ball misses, 2-1.
I think part of the shift, and we mentioned it last night, is a mental thing for the hitter to look out there and see a defense that maybe you're not used to. They shift on Adam LaRoche all the time, though. But the other part of it, I think, is trying to get you to go away from your strength as a hitter. And if you want to hit the ball the other way, I think because of the shift, the opponent would like that. A guy with 14 home runs, most of them to the pull side. I think part of the bait is trying to get you to go the other way.
LaRoche, a long ball to left. Marte, and he has it up against the wall.
And what a play by Marte. Adam LaRoche looking up at the scoreboard trying to see the replay of it, but you see the pitch by Cole up in the zone, and he did go the other way, and he showed the graphic. He does have some home runs the other way. And Marte leaping up with a snow cone catch up against the wall. I don't know if it had distance, but it definitely was at least a double.
Well, LaRoche almost got the offense going again tonight. Here's a guy who has been great in Jason Worth. 41 games, 29 RBIs, 20 walks, 10 homers. Batting .327 now. Over the last 6 weeks. Right in there from Garrett Cole. 1 ball, 1 strike.
Got this from Mark Zuckerman today. He has 620 plate appearances over his last 2 seasons. The numbers: 300 average, 30 doubles, 19 home runs, 70 RBI. And that's with a .377 on base percentage and an .847 OPS. So,
and for a healthy guy, that's exactly 1 full season worth of numbers. So if he hits one, $250 to the Children's National Medical Center from our Washington, D.C. Lexus dealers. Lexus, the pursuit of perfection. Ian Desmond. I was just thinking about something. You take away the really quick start to Anthony Rendon's major league career. Is this the Nationals' first 300 hitter from a guy who plays every day? I think it is all year. You know, other than maybe first couple of at-bats of the season. Bryce Harper obviously went 2 for 2 with home runs to start. Worth's going to take that one, a fastball that got him. So he's aboard with 1 out.
Well, I think that's Garrett Cole's game plan tonight against Jason Worth. You saw him get extended twice last night. Just showed him hitting 2 home runs. And if you're the Pirates, you don't want Jason Worth to get extended. And when you talk to Pirates people about Garrett Cole, he's old school, not afraid to pitch in. The Nationals need base runners. Will take them any way they can.
Ian Desmond now. Well, his hitting streak came to an end on Sunday. He's gone 0 for 9 since then. And the 1-0. And Desmond works the count into a good hitter situation.
Well, that's a good take right there by Ian Desmond. Borderline pitch, 2-0 count. Guy that's very aggressive. You swing at that pitch, it's a ground ball every single time. Good approach, good take, gets you into a 3-0 count.
Man, they're playing deep. McCutchen is playing Ian Desmond about as deep as we've seen a center fielder play in this park this year.
Center fielders that play deep traditionally like to come in on the baseball, and center fielders that play shallow traditionally feel more comfortable going back on the ball.
So 1 on 1 out. Count goes full now. Denard Span hitting 7th. Had a couple of knocks last night. Base hit the other way. Pulled the double. Offense showing signs of life here. Still a matter of stringing some things together. Runner on the move. Swing and a miss. And Worth into second base. So 2 outs as Jason goes 4 for 4 on steals this year.
When Jason Worth goes, you know there's a really good chance he's going to make it. You see the jump right there, the look back. Ian Desmond may have chased ball 4. You see the pitch on the outer half, and it's a good thing Desmond stopped walking across home plate, or that would have been interference.
Denard Span is 8 for his last 24 with 4 walks. 2-out RBI would be very large here. It's not quite half of his RBIs. And sometimes when you lead off a lot, the guys that are on base in front of you might be catchers and pitchers.
Great at-bat last night, his last time up in the 9th inning.
That was a great battle. It was the tying run on second when the game ended.
Just missed a home run foul, then hit a double down the corner that everybody in the first base dugout was hoping had a little kick to it, to where maybe he could stretch it into a triple.
Looks it all the way in, over but low, and the count's even 2-2. Nats have worked Garrett Cole up over 30 pitches here in the first two. Nissan will track this one.
How about a 90-mile-an-hour slider?
Yeah, that's a cutter with a whole lot more break, right?
That's a little tilt to it.
And a 2-2. Span looks at that one well inside.
Yeah, cutter will stay in the same plane. It's like a fastball that just kind of scoots across in on your hands if you're a left-hander. But a slider has the depth to it where it does move into a lefty, but also down and in. And you're able to pick up the rotation on most sliders, whereas a cutter, it's tough to pick up.
Three-two, and Span goes to the second baseman, Neil Walker. Nats are gone. They've had a couple of base runners, stranding two. Pirates by 3 into the third. Coming up, when the Nats win and win big, everyone wins. If it's a W with 7 runs or more, 50% off regular menu price online orders using code NATS50 at papajohns.com. Participating D.C., Maryland, and Northern Virginia, Papa John's locations offer it. Better ingredients, better pizza. Papa John's, official pizza of the Nats. 34 pitches, 22 strikes. That was a long 25-pitch second inning for the rookie Taylor Jordan. Jose Tabata struck out swinging. You might recall that breaking ball low and away, set up so well by Jordan with the pitch inside right before that. He just sink that one right over the inner half.
If he works ahead, it allows him to do that whole sequence he did to Tabata last time up. And get that strike one, it gets you to your other pitches. Allows you to maybe breathe a little deeper and move the ball around.
In his previous starts, he kind of ran into problems in the middle innings after strong starts. A little different tonight. Maybe he can reel off some zeros here. That's a great slider. Took a little bit off and some late dive on that. On a pitch up, hammered. Desmond, backhand, plants, and that's a rocket over to first base.
I'll tell you what, there's something that never gets old about Ian Desmond going to the backhand, standing up tall, getting on top of the baseball, and showing off the hose. He got to that ball nice. It hit real hard, and he knew he had some time. stood up straight and watched the arm from Ian Desmond. Got a tricky in-between hop there, too. Stayed soft with it. Then over the top and a rifle right on the money to Adam LaRoche.
LaRoche kind of staring at him as that one popped into the mitt.
I mean, that's just fun to watch.
Andrew gives his infielders some funny looks after throws from time to time.
Yeah, he does.
McCutchen flied out to center, ending the first inning, a 1-2-3 frame. He'll pull this one to Ryan Zimmerman on the charge. He'll just flip it on the run, 2 outs. Best news of all, 2 ground ball outs. So 4 ground ball outs so far. And Pedro Alvarez coming in.
I mean, minus the fly ball by Andrew McCutchen to end the first inning, everything's been on the ground. All 3 base hits on the ground. The error on the ground. And the fielder's choice by Neil Walker on the ground.
Great sinkage there. 86. And a ball driven to center. Denard Span right there. And Taylor Jordan battles back with a very quick top of the third. Gets his teammates back in the dugout. He'll hit second. For 8-9-1. Nats have had 1 base hit. They've stranded another runner. Worth, who was hit by a pitch. Friday, the Mets are here for the night game of the doubleheader. And the first 20,000 fans receive a Nats t-shirt presented by Masson. Some restrictions apply, and that's while supplies last. Center field gates, the only way to get it. Come on through off Half Street. Go to nationals.com/tickets.
I actually have one of those t-shirts, and it is sweet. Trust me. One of the better pieces of Nats gear that I've gotten since I've been here.
34 pitches, 20 strikes for Garrett Cole. First 2 innings. "26 starts in the minor leagues last year. 12 at AAA this year before they gave him the call. So fewer than 40 minor league starts, and here he is making his 8th big league start against the Nats tonight. Wilson Ramos, 14 hits in 11 games, 11 RBIs since coming back. On the 4th, Ramos rocks one high in the air to left center. McCutchen back and watching, and that ball looks like it got over the wall. That's a home run. There are 2 walls out there, the padded wall And then the back concrete wall, it fell in between, and the Nats are on the board.
Chad Tracy taking the Buffalo helmet off. I'll tell you what, the here we go again mentality said that ball's caught. After what Starling Marte did last inning, you're thinking, did he get up and catch this? Watch the leap. I'll show you in a second.
Good at bat by Jordan, and he's robbed of a hit by Neil Walker.
Watch the leap by Andrew McCutchen. And a great swing by Ramos. Gave it a ride, and you were just wondering, did he catch this? Especially from where we're sitting way up here. But he was just a little bit late. And a home run with a little bit of natitude for the Buffalo. Wilson Ramos, 5th of the year.
Now the Nats have hit 4 home runs in this series in just 12 innings. 3-1 ball game. Here's Bryce Harper. But time for Bryce to let one go. It's been 22 days since his last long ball on July 1st. Nats were just back from New York. Bryce got back in the lineup, went deep that first time. This game is so hard to figure. Hasn't done it since. Neil Walker throws him out. And with 2 down, it'll be Anthony Rendon. Well, Wilson Ramos, a very impressive, dangerous dimension to that number 8 spot.
No kidding. That was Wilson almost red seats Ramos.
Yeah. Counts the same, and that's good news.
Well, Pedialyte.
Just every part of the ballpark reachable for this guy.
Hydrate. Absolutely. You pulled that hamstring a couple of times. Got to get those fluids in you.
Yep. Going with the grape flavor tonight.
Yep.
Rendon. A couple of hops to the right side. Neil Walker throws out all 3 ground ball hitters, but a fly ball hitter hit one a long way. Wilson Ramos watching it. McCutchen leaping. It beat him to the wall, and the Nats are on the board. With his 5th home run. How about that? 12 RBIs in 12 games since coming back and hitting over 340. AT&T fact of the game as we go top 4. So, Rick Shue and FP, you've got the details on this one game with the 96 Expos, and you guys are on the field together.
We were. Buddies, best friends, got to play one game in Montreal together. He signed with the Expos that year, went to spring training, had a great camp. They sent him to AAA Ottawa. He got called up for an emergency start, one game at third base. Jim Beattie, the GM at the time, told him, you're playing for one game and you're going back to AAA. He said, even if I go 4 for 4 with 4 home runs? He said, yep. So we played the game, and it was pretty cool.
Well, there's Russell Martin with another base hit. 4 hits in this series. He was going to dig for 2, and Bryce, main thing is Bryce got rid of it in a hurry, double hopped it in there, but holds him to a single. That's a big play leading off an inning. But how about Russell Martin now? He is 4 for 5 with a walk in this series.
And you see him going down and getting that slider on the outer half, hooking it down the left field line. And I'll tell you what, Russell Martin has always played the game the right way. He does the slide a la Jason Worth around first base to put on the brakes and get back, but that's the way you take a turn on a single. Force the outfield to make a play. If there's a bobble or a little double pump, you keep going. If he stops you, you put on the brakes and go back.
Here's Garrett Jones, who walked first time. Pirates have out-hit the Nats 4-2. They gained a half game in the Central last night. They're a game and a half out of first.
I'll tell you what, when you have your leader of a ball club like Russell Martin, a guy that's kind of changed the culture in Pittsburgh this year, the way they think, the way they approach the game on a daily basis, you know, the leader, the veteran play like he plays, it's infectious. And you've watched, you know, the first game of this series and how they played in Pittsburgh. The Garrett Jones takeout slide, the way he rounds first base, the way Andrew McCutchen runs out every single ball. The Pirates play the game the right way. They play hard.
Slow bouncer. Adam LaRoche will take a look at the runner and just backtrack to the bag. Well, Russell Martin, 5 years with the Dodgers. He's played on 3 All-Star teams, 2 in the National League, 1 with the Yankees. Been there, done that. He's won a Gold Glove and a Silver Slugger. You could win the midseason Flex Pack sweepstakes. Pick a game in July, 1 in August, 1 in September, and your prize, a free Nationals New Era ball cap while supplies last. This offer ends this weekend. Nationals.com/flex. You've got from now till Saturday. Well, the Pirates are going up hacking. Neil Walker, fly ball. Bryce Harper. Things happening quickly. 2 outs. Jordy Mercer, the shortstop, next. This is an interesting and important game in this series because the Nats have Strasburg and Gio going tomorrow night and Thursday. Get a win here, you're in pretty good shape for the rest of this 4-game set. And the Pirates know they might be in trouble if they don't grab this one tonight. Strasburg tomorrow night, and a guy we've heard about for years and never have seen him pitch against the Nats, Francisco Liriano. Mercer, fielder's choice ground ball first time. That was the one on which Rendon dropped the throw from Ryan Zimmerman. Good looking fastball, 94.
Yeah, jumping ahead, 0-2.
Nice dive on that breaking ball. Desmond guns out Mercer. So the leadoff single, and then Jordan goes 1-2-3 after that. down by a couple. Our sideline report from AFCEA, the Association for Global Security Professionals. Good evening, Julie.
Hey, good evening, Bob. Well, today marked Rick Shue's first day as the Nationals hitting coach. He came up from Florida late last night, and Davey Johnson said the transition went as smooth as possible given the circumstances. I had a chance to catch up with Mr. Shue, and he said that he was really impressed with what we saw as far as the rally that these guys were able to put in last night in the ninth inning. He said that kind of battle, that's what he's looking for. As far as his philosophy, he said it's all about being aggressive, hunting fastballs, keeping it simple. He said he understands where these guys are coming from. He can relate with the struggles. He said these guys just need to slow the game down. He said that when they stay aggressive, that's when they can just slow it down, and that's when they can take the anxiety off and build up the confidence. He said that this is what he's looking for from these guys. He's excited to be here, knows he has his work cut out for him, but like you mentioned before, FP, he knows a lot of these guys. They go back to the Diamondbacks in Arizona, so he's got some friends on the team.
Oh, goodness. Yeah, a little bit of energy there from Rick Shue in the dugout. A guy that's going to keep it loose, trust me. And funny, the guy he was working with most today around the cage was Wilson Ramos. Tell him to stay through the baseball, stay up the middle, and went from the Gulf Coast League, where there was one fan, got the call from Mike Rizzo, and as he put it in a text message, from the Gulf Coast League to 4A.
Garrett Cole, 43 pitches, 28 strikes, using the heater tonight.
I'd use a heater too if it was 96 to 98.
Worth in the hole behind LaRoche. This is the part of the order where guys have had individual moments, but lately the middle of the order hasn't had the prolonged rally where you just keep the line moving and hit after hit after hit. And that's what the Nats need from these guys. 2-2 to Ryan Zimmerman. Mets have tied that game up against the Braves. Fourth inning up at Citi Field, 1-1. That's right in there, and Ryan Zimmerman walks away. Third K for Garrett Cole as we talk inside the numbers STG Inc. and fastball velocity. And you may notice he doesn't strike out guys as much as others, like you said earlier, but still has that big time heat.
And 96 miles an hour, but look at the K percentage, just 14.5%.
That'll save him some pitches, won't it?
Yeah, 3 here tonight, 2 looking.
Steven Strasburg tomorrow night against the Pirates.
On the right.
Yes.
Yes, on the right. Steven Strasburg.
Yeah, but that kid's a better bat boy. And that's outside. Or maybe not. That thing came around the side door, and Tim Timmons turned to the left and then threw up the right arm. 0-2. LaRoche robbed of a double or more by Starling Marte first time, and on 0-2, Garrett Cole just takes him right upstairs. 2 consecutive Ks.
Yeah, with 98. Climbing the ladder, little reach back fastball. Mercedes-Benz on the pitch track. It's elevated, 98 miles an hour. Must be nice to be 22 and have that in the tank.
He was the first overall pick 2 years ago when the Pirates were coming off the worst record in baseball in 2010. They had gone 57 and 105 that year. Last year the Pirates won their most games in a long, long time, 79, even though they collapsed. Worth hit by a pitch, stole a base, stranded at second, first time up. And the count goes to 2-1. His eye at the plate's been great lately. 20 walks in his last 40-plus games. Look at him just spit on that nasty slider, 89. That's a hard slider.
When you're locked in, seems like you step into the box 3-1.
Got a fastball. Broke his bat, lined out to Alvarez, and the Nationals are gone in the bottom of the fourth. Pirates on top, 3-1. Pierogies. At least one of them out in the lead. The other three were up to no good somewhere along the first baseline, and there it is. They just hammer Teddy. 4 Pierogies to take out 1 President. And Abe, always the great finisher. Down goes Tom. I think George and Bill should get the split decision. The only ones remaining on their feet.
I got nothing.
I don't blame you. It is easy calling a baseball game compared to the Geico President's race. Here's Garrett Cole, RBI single, first time up. Showed bunt. Got a base hit, a big third run in that second.
Well, Taylor Jordan did a nice job of getting ahead. Getting some ground ball outs and keeping that score right where it's at. After the way his ball club came back last night, he's probably thinking, if I keep it right there, I have a chance. And that's all you can control as a pitcher is the next pitch. You can't control what's going on behind you on defense. You can't control calls at times. One pitch at a time, be in the present. And he's done a nice job of relaxing after that 3-run second.
High riding fastball fouled away by Cole. Started this inning with 4 pitchers fewer than his counterpart. 50 pitches, 36 strikes, a great ratio through 4 innings. Longest major league outing, last time out, 6 innings at Miami, and a 5-2 win. Ian Desmond can wait for that one. Pitcher running. 1 out, ground ball out, number 7 for Taylor Jordan. Love his calm demeanor out there too, FP. He's not stomping around and all fidgety. I mean, he's just very relaxed, very much a good mound presence.
Yeah, I mean, the body language has always been good, even his first start in Citi Field against the Mets.
Second start here on the 4th of July. Third start at Philadelphia.
Not scared, not phased.
Welcome to the big leagues, buddy. It's 3 venues for you. It's a good pitch right at the knees to Starling Marte. Jams in, broken bat. Zimmerman. Nice pick. 2 outs. Well, teams that play low-scoring games. We mentioned the Pirates are 13th in the league in runs scored. The Nats are 14th. So they don't combine with other teams for a lot of runs as a rule.
He's absorbing right there. The Yankees, 7.8.
That's interesting.
The Dodgers have to be heading north with 7.9 unless they're scoring the 7.9 and Clayton Kershaw's shutting you out.
Yeah, and they went into first place last night. They won their game at Toronto 4 in a row, and the D-backs lost. So the Dodgers made it to first place on the 22nd of July. You see that play Yasiel Puig made against the center field wall out there in Toronto last night?
He plays the game as fearless as anybody I've seen in a long time.
They were concerned about the CN tower next door rattling a little bit, 1,800 feet tall, after that meeting with the fence out in right center. That was really some play. No balls, 2 strikes to Jose Tabata. Got him. Ball diving severely. It's going on for Taylor Jordan. Time to get this young stallion some runs. He's doing his part right now.
Between DC and NY. Book now at Amtrak.com. You see the score, 3-1 Pirates as we head to the bottom of the 5th. Garrett Cole's been good. Taylor Jordan's done a nice job of settling down. But how about Wilson Ramos? Got a fastball in the inner half. It was supposed to be away. 5th home run of the year. Good effort by Andrew McCutchen. Can't believe he got that high to make it that close. But the Buffalo check it in with the Nats' only run on a solo shot in the 3rd inning. That's a whole lot of helmet to take off on a home run, by the way.
Well, that's only one of 2 hits. Garrett Cole's given up. Desmond, Span, and Ramos, bottom 5. Ian struck out swinging first time. And showing bunt Trying to lay one down on 0-1. Now he's in a deep hole. And Pedro Alvarez can really retreat to a deep spot at third. And Garrett Jones at first the same.
That's the pitch that Cole threw Ian Desmond on a 3-2 count last time. That slider down the way, that one was 91 miles an hour. That slider's faster than a lot of guys' fastball.
Yeah, then 98 upstairs. That's a good take on a ball just running severely right into his hands.
You think Russell Martin goes to the well right here and another 3-2 slider, or do they challenge him with 98?
Up by 2, interesting choice.
Fastball away.
Misses with the heater. Leadoff walk. Third time in 5 innings the Nationals have had a leadoff man getting on base. First walk issued. Take your season plan experience to the all-new and the all-inclusive suite level. For more information about availability and pricing, go to nationals.com/club3.
We talk about putting an at-bat on somebody. That was an at-bat. And how about Ian Desmond? He's seen 13 pitches in 2 at-bats tonight.
There's Denard Span.
He's looking for some sort of equipment from the dugout right now.
A little brace for that left hand, left wrist area. Span pulls another ground ball to the right side. Walker and Ian Desmond on a productive out, scoring position with 1 down here in the 5th. For big strong Wilson Ramos. Who certainly is making a bid for the majority of the playing time behind the plate with that big powerful bat of his in that number 8 spot. Batting average now at 297.
Not that Kurt Suzuki is a liability in the 8th slot. He did a nice job of putting some good at-bats on you, getting on base, going deep into counts. Had a lot of tough luck with a lot of lineouts. But when as an offense, you're scuffling, as a manager, you have to go with whoever's going to give you the most offense at every position.
Guys who can change a game with one swing, right?
Well, guys can get a hit on a consistent basis, and yeah, like you said, put the ball in the seats. And the Nats looking for a big hit. They're 6 for their last 76 with runners in scoring position. That's hard to do. And I think, with something like that, Carp, it's more of a mental approach. It's more of use in the middle of the ballpark. Don't try to do too much. If they're not going to pitch to you, give it to the next guy. But when you start to, you might not know the exact number, but you just know as a team that you haven't done well in those situations. You start to press.
Ramos late with that fastball. Looking into the twilight, Jose Tabata. Desmond tagging, and he'll make it over to third easily. 2 down. And we'll see if Taylor Jordan can get his 3rd major league hit and produce that first RBI.
He hit the ball good his first time up. Neil Walker had to go far to his left to make a nice play. It was kind of lost in the shuffle after the 5th home run of the year by Wilson Ramos, but it was a good swing.
Yeah, and on several occasions, guys with good fastballs throw it away to him. He just gets the bat out there and rides it to the right side.
Well, he can hit.
Don't want any part of that one near his hands. Ball 1. There's one to the right side, but it's a 2-hopper to Neil Walker. And the Nats will strand their second runner of the night. 5 innings in the book. Pirates on top 3-1. Well, you just saw the Nats' only run. Wilson Ramos, the home run, leading off the 3rd. This one goes into the 6th inning. Slots, tables, and dining, the ultimate triple play, Hollywood Casino at Charlestown Races. Guys who are Mr. July last 2 years, and McCutchen came into this game at 383, so that shows you what he did last July. High 400s at this time a year ago.
Well, you always like to play in the warm weather. It's easy to get loose, and you would think in the month of July, you've been around the league a few times, you know what they're going to do to you. You've seen everybody. Probably facing teams for a second go-around. But a much better idea what they want to do to you and a better game plan as a hitter. Makes perfect sense.
On a pitch up, Andrew McCutchen pumping to start the 6th. He's flied to center. Topped one on the ground to Ryan Zimmerman. And the count's even, 1-1. 60 pitches, 45 strikes through 5 for Taylor Jordan. Effective and efficient. Trying to keep it 3-1 so his offense can get back even. McCutchen rips it. He had made 5 consecutive outs after the homers last night, up until that single. And a running threat, obviously. One of the leading base stealers in the league. He is 5th with 21.
His bat is so loud when he makes contact. Just a simple base hit on a ground ball between short and third, and a big boom off the barrel of Andrew McCutchen's bat.
That's his 112th hit of the year. He has as many hits as the man leading the league in hitting, Yadier Molina. There's Pedro Alvarez, who's hit the ball hard really twice. A shot off of Rendon's glove back in the second, then a laser right at Denard Span in the third. This guy is some kind of strong. Most dangerous 241 hitter you'll face.
We had some far taters in the home run derby, I'll tell you that.
Interesting numbers career. 237 career batting average. Last year he hit 244 and hit 30 home runs. Two-0 count. McCutchen holding.
Good changeup, 83. Talk about pulling the string right there. Good downward action. Nissan on the pitch track. Watch this changeup just dive away at the last second.
.21 steals in 26 attempts. Pirates are the 4th best base stealing team in the league with 69. That ball ripped. Rendon. Desmond. A sparkling 4.63.
Well, I'll tell you what, Anthony Rendon on defense tonight has been the middle of everything. From the first hitter of the game, Starling Marte, a ground ball to Rendon, and a bunch of tries in the second inning. And how about this one to the backhand side once he catches it? Plenty of time to turn the sparkling, as you said, 4.63 double play.
10 outs on the ground now for Taylor Jordan. Bases empty against the very tough Russell Martin here, who's 2 for 2.
Taylor made double play.
Martin's been on base 5 times in a row since striking out in the first inning last night. 4 hits and a walk. Now that is jammage right there. Right back to the screen, 0-2.
And talk about some late sink. This almost hit Russell Martin in the hands. Watch the run on this fastball and look where it gets Martin. He tried to keep his hands in. Good pitch.
Pirates box score. Hits in the second by Alvarez, Martin, and the pitcher Cole. A couple of fielder's choice ground balls driving in runs. A costly error. One of those 3 runs unearned. And since then, Jordan stopped them on 2 singles. That is right in there. Ramos almost running to the dugout as he caught it. He knew it was a strike. And I think Taylor Jordan is going to be around for quite a while tonight. on a gorgeous July 23rd. Infinity Doo-Up, top of the order. And career here, Bryce Harper, a .280 hitter with plenty of slugging. Anthony Rendon right there as well. Ryan Zimmerman, who's been here from the opening of this yard in 08, just under 300.
So third time around, you've seen everything that Garrett Cole features. And it's been mostly fastballs in the upper 90s.
67 pitches worth 40 strikes. Long, second inning. That was interesting. He only faced 4 batters, but he hit Worth, and Desmond, as FP mentioned earlier, had long at bats. Quick fourth, quick fifth, despite a walk. Hasn't given up a hit since the Ramos home run. So he's retired 9 of the last 10 Washington hitters. Bryce Harper, base hit to left center. Caught stealing in the first. And a ground ball to second in the third.
Rally Uncle Sam, I'm in. I don't care. And he's got the gloves and everything. Yeah, he has to take off the left one so he can text. All right, see if you're good for a run.
Sitting next to her and texting. 0-1. 1 ball, 1 strike. Good eye by Bryce. He continues to take close pitches. 52 strikeouts this year, 38 walks. Now the Nats keep hitting them right where the Pirates have scouted them and are playing them. Jody Mercer takes care of that. Miller Lite Party Nights at Nationals Park, Thursdays, Fridays, and Saturdays. A ticket and a drink starting at just $21. The offer is available online only, nationals.com/party. Some restrictions apply. Thursday's a day game this week to wrap up this series. Gonna be nice and cool on Thursday, right? And the Mets in for a day-night doubleheader Friday. Saturday afternoon just after 3 o'clock, and Sunday 1:35.
Thursday it's going to be 82 degrees and sunny. So get to the yard. It's going to be awesome.
That sounds really good. Get to see Gio pitch. Guy's trying to pick up his curveball with the sun shining. Not much in the Nats box score tonight. Harper led off the game for Washington with a base hit. Caught stealing. Next hit was the Ramos homer. Next hit after that, we're waiting to see. Rendon to the shortstop. Big hop. That ball hit right at the end of the grass and really came up for Jody Mercer. 2 outs. And now Cole, 4 of his last 5 outs on the ground. He's had 9 ground ball outs. Taylor Jordan has 10. Ryan Zimmerman looking for his first base hit in the series. Big crowd tonight. Just over 29,000 last night and a whole lot more tonight. Two Guns starring Denzel Washington and Mark Wahlberg. See it in theaters everywhere August 2nd.
92 on the slider from Garrett Cole.
Wow.
Late break, too. That wasn't a big sweeper. That looked like a fastball all the way to Ryan Zimmerman, and last second took a left.
I mean, this is one large young man. 6'4", 240, they list him. Zimmerman takes that pitch to right beautifully, but it's to Jose Tabata. The Nats still have one hit since the third inning, and it's on to the seventh. Could be a marquee matchup tonight. Certainly doing their part. One rough inning for Taylor Jordan, but he's got that sinker going. Good changeup. 10 ground ball outs, 3-1 ball game, and this kid Cole really something.
Well, I think Jordan's doing the best job he's done as a big leaguer tonight. His stuff is the best for sure. His slider's playing nicely. The changeup's good too. After falling behind in the third inning consistently, the first three headers, he's been jumping ahead in the count, throwing strike one, getting a lot of ground ball outs, and all you can do as a starter is keep your team in the ball game, and he's done a nice job after a rough inning in the second where he gave up 3 runs.
Garrett Jones, top 7. He has walked and grounded out. Coming into this inning, in 6 innings, 71 pitches, 53 strikes. Number 7 man, Neil Walker, and then Jordy Mercer. I mean, McCutcheon's a star on any team in baseball. Pedro Alvarez, pretty good slugger. Russell Martin, solid catcher, but really just a bunch of hard-working, workman-like players the Pirates have here.
Well, in that town, you know why the fans are in love with him.
Yeah, kind of a blue collar, just like the Berg. Mercedes-Benz will track it.
Man, 3-1 fastball. Top of the zone. Looked like Jones thought it was ball 4. Jordan gets a call.
That ball hit hard. Adam LaRoche, great pick. Leading his pitcher to the bag perfectly. It's ground ball out, number 11.
Yeah, I always say the mark of a great fielder is when they make tough plays look routine. Anybody can make the great play if you make it to the big leagues. The highlight reel play, you wouldn't be here if you couldn't make that play. He also wouldn't be here if he couldn't make the routine play, but the guys that make the tough play consistently look routine, that's how you know a guy's good, and that's why Adam LaRoche has a Gold Glove.
First time he had gone to a full count all night, that previous batter. Neil Walker has an RBI ground ball and a flag. Perfect location, just running right to the outside edge. By the way, with that out, Taylor Jordan now, it's his longest major league outing. At Miami last time went 6, gave up 2 runs, 8 hits. Didn't walk anybody, struck out 4.
Gaining confidence, gaining experience, realizing that his stuff plays at this level, has pitched well enough to have a big league win under his belt, but still searching for number 1.
Right at Rendon. The outs keep on coming. 2 down here in the 7th. Let's check in on Michael Taylor of Potomac, PNC Bank, for the Achiever and You with our minor league report. He went 9 for 12 Monday through Thursday last week. Finished up 1 for 8 over the weekend, but he drove in at least a run in all 6 games. He's 22 years old, plays center field. Up there in the Carolina League in several offensive categories.
He's so ready. Call him up.
He's lifted his OPS 100 points from where it was last year. Jordy Mercer. And in the bullpen, Vic Mazzaro, who came on in the 9th inning last night after Jason Grilli got hurt. Got that save. Up the middle, nobody can catch that one. So the fact there's a pitcher warming up, this is kind of interesting. 78 pitches, 47 strikes for Garrett Cole. He's going to come up and hit here.
I have 5 of their 6 base hits on the ground tonight. And that's the way you live if you're a sinker ball guy. You just hope that they hit the ball right at people and that your defense makes the plays. But when you're a pitch to contact guy, you are relying on guys hitting the ball at people. And like I said, 5 of their 6 base hits tonight have found holes on the ground of the outfield.
Switch to 100% fiber optic Verizon Fios. Supercharge your internet speeds. They bring us our Verizon X Mode. So here's Cole, 1 for 2 with an RBI. They had another hitter in the on-deck circle. And that ball went through. Out he popped from the dugout, ready to hit.
I used to love playing behind sinker ball guys. You knew you were going to get a lot of action. You did your work in batting practice that day. Maybe a little more focused than you normally do because you knew there was a chance you'd get 5 or 6 chances on a given night. But sinker ball guys are fun to play behind if you're an infielder. Outfielder, not so much.
This ball in the air, right field line. Long way for Jason Worth. Right near the corner of the stands, and it just gets in there. Well, and that's dangerous for a right fielder, skirting that wall right at the point where the rail turns.
Yeah, you get clipped right there if you're not careful, and that one had disaster written all over it. And Jason Worth did a nice job of peeking right there. You see that little head turn? Kind of got his bearings straight. Nice play by the fan in the front row, a little bobble. Friends very excited. You got yourself a souvenir, but best thing about that play is that Jason Worth didn't get clipped by that wall.
Two and one, there's a base hit. Garrett Cole is 2 for 3. That'll send Mercer to third. And as a big league hitter now, he's 5 out of 14.
Yeah, word's going to spread very soon. You just can't feed this guy fastballs. Watch the swing right here. Got the two-seamer staying inside it nice. Too young and new in this league to realize the difference. Gerrit Cole with his second knock of the night. He can swing it.
Pirates have out hit the Nationals 7-2. Leadoff man Starling Marte 0 for 3. In the series 0 for 6. Hit by a pitch, scored a run last night. Actually 0 for 7. Desmond takes care of that business. Right to Rendon. Ian Desmond playing some kind of great shortstop. Time to stretch at Nationals Park. The 7th inning stretch brought to you by Hyundai's 100,000 Reasons event. Visit your local Hyundai dealers this week.
Those cars can corner too. Look at that.
For the Nats against Gerrit Cole. Care First Blue Cross Blue Shield, $50 to the boys and girls clubs of Greater Washington, D.C. every time there's a strikeout. Now, just 3 tonight. If they were getting paid for ground balls, it would be a fortune. Care First Blue Cross Blue Shield encourages each of us to take that first step towards a healthier and more active lifestyle. Go for a walk. Gerrit Cole is at 78 pitches, just under 50 strikes, and he's working with a 2-run lead. Hasn't given up a hit since the Ramos homer leading off the 3rd. So since then, he's retired 12 of 13. Adam LaRoche, Jason Worth, and Ian Desmond, a combined 0 for 4. Worth's been hit by a pitch. Desmond has walked. These are the big boppers. 4, 5, 6. Time to get something going.
Roche hit that deep fly ball to left field that Marte went up on the wall to catch. Robbed him of a double. Jason Worth lined out to third base his last time up. And Ian Desmond has seen 13 pitches in 2 at-bats. So some good ABs in there. Just nothing to show.
Into the shift go the Pirates. Alvarez just visiting with his pitcher. He'll go to short. Jordy Mercer to the right of second base.
One of the few changeups that Gerrit Cole has thrown all night.
LaRoche off to the left side, 1-2. Been a while since we updated you on the Braves and the Phils. 1-1 Atlanta at New York, 6th inning. Phillies trailing 1-0 at St. Louis. They're in the 3rd. 1-2 to LaRoche, and he'll look at a fastball away. Actually, that's a changeup, 89.
Nice, throwing him 3.
Turns another one over.
Make it 4. Throw me 5, you got me. I'm sitting dead red right here.
And LaRoche into left center. High towering drive. McCutchen says he's got it. And the Nats are oh so close again. And Adam LaRoche twice tonight going the other way.
Knew he didn't get it. He threw his bat down in frustration at contact.
MLB.com at bat, celebrating 5 years as your #1 mobile app for live baseball on a whole bunch of different electronic devices. Delivers Nationals baseball, live audio, pitch tracking, stats, highlights. Text at bat to 31826 or visit nationals.com.
Must have just felt enough vibration right there to know that he didn't ride that ball out of the park to left center. Because as soon as he hit it, he knew it.
Worth 0 for 1, hit by a pitch, a steal, lined out to third base in the 4th. So here's your #5 hitter. 3rd at bat. It comes with 1 out in the 7th. Very few base runners tonight. Vic Mazzaro back up.
Well, if you're looking for instant results from a new hitting coach, it's not going to happen. I mean, there's going to be a period to where you need to learn your hitters. He knows most of them, and you're going to have to learn the league and what they're going to throw. But the one thing you can impart on your players as a new hitting coach is just your attitude and your influence and your positive approach on a daily basis. But if you're thinking all of a sudden you're going to hire a new hitting coach, you get 15 hits and score 10 runs every single night, it's going to be a process. Change is always a process, always an adjustment.
Good take by Worth. Really good take.
But that said, there ain't a lot of time.
This is game number 100 tonight. On a high riding fastball. That's a pick by the shortstop. Amazing play by Jordy Mercer. I mean, you can't hit the ball any harder, and Mercer takes a hit away from Worth.
Yeah, on a short hop behind him, Jason Worth continues to barrel up the baseball. Lined out to third last time up. And you see the sinker and the location mistake, and watch Mercer in the background. Good first step quickness. Kind of trapped that ball next to him. Plenty of time to throw out Worth, who is robbed once again here tonight. That's how you get a hot hitter out. Just got to hope he hits it right at somebody or close. Nice play by Mercer.
2 outs. Desmond, the hitter. Ian has struck out and walked. They've been warming up the pitcher for a while, even when Cole had 78 pitches. The most pitches he's thrown in a big league game, 94. That's a busted bat, and this inning is over. The Nats go 1-2-3 again. 15 of the last 16 retired in a 3-1 game.
Benz of Alexandria. 3-1 Pirates heading to the top of the 8th. Taylor Jordan has done a nice job of settling down. 88 pitches after a rough second inning where he gave up a couple of singles, a walk. Big blow is by Garrett Cole to put the Buccos up 3-0. But how good has he been since then? Fantastic. You look at the changeup right here. Locks up Russell Martin with 2 strikes. But I thought his secondary pitches, especially the slider, the best he's been all season. And look at the groundouts, 14 of them.
Jose Tabata lays down a bunt. That ball hit him. He's out. He came out of the box. His foot got the ball, and that is a 2 unassisted put out.
Anytime that ball hits you in fair territory, running out of the box, kicked it with his left foot. Tim Timmons right on top of it, the play right in front of him. And the first pitch out for Taylor Jordan at this stage of the game, he'll definitely take it. And now you wonder if Davey Johnson's going to go to the bullpen and watch the ball hit him right in the foot. And Wilson Ramos doesn't even have to throw it because you're automatically out. Ian Kroll getting loose, you would think.
For Alvarez.
Yeah.
Well, he only threw 10 pitches last night in his outing. 10 pitches, 5 strikes.
I scored that out bunt on my scorecard. How'd you score it?
2U with a B under the U for bunt. And just as a little notation to myself, INT for interference.
All right. I like mine better.
Well, you use less ink.
Yep. Out bunt, 1.
But some of us don't throw away our scorecards after every game.
I sign them and sell them. That slider away to righties has just been nice for Jordan all night. He's had a rough time tonight. A couple throws back from Wilson Ramos that have hit him in a really bad spot, right in the hands.
Could be a new pitcher in a moment. Davey has to do whatever he can with the offense struggling to keep this 2-run game. Wow, how about that? Another out registered. It's only his 3rd, make it 4th strikeout of the night.
I've seen a few sinkers tonight from Jordan that have had split action, but this changeup right here, same way. I mean, that's just going straight down as soon as it gets to the plate.
K's for Kids, $37 to the Children's Inn at NIH for every strikeout by a national pitcher this season. So 4 of them tonight.
Really getting it out front on top. Not on the side of that 2-seamer tonight, but really on top of it to where you get that true sink, almost split action at the end.
So that's Toyota K's for Kids and Pedro Alvarez, the hitter. Alvarez 1 for 3, base hit. Hard shot to center. Pulling the string. And Davey lets his rookie go and face Alvarez since there's nobody on base.
Well, this is the best stuff he's had since he's been in the majors. Watch his changeup and watch the late dip on it. Yeah, that might as well be a split. Doesn't hold it like a split. Circle change. Holds it loosely, puts pressure on the last 2 fingers, but that's just nasty.
It's a ball that sounded like it hit the plate and then went foul on a bounce. So he's about to go 8 with 1 more out. They'll hit for him in the bottom of the 8th inning. And Taylor Jordan is within 1 out of going 2 innings beyond his previous major league best. What a good line. On a pitch up, that's driven to left. Harper back, and that ball gets out of here. Pedro Alvarez, his 25th of the year. That is huge.
I think he left the changeup up right there, and Alvarez was all over it. 25th home run of the year. Yeah, changeup 85 out over the plate. Alvarez almost like he knew it was coming. I mean, there was no flinch in the swing. He wasn't out in front. He let it get deep. Had to be sitting on that changeup to let it get that deep and go the other way at 85.
That's only the second home run given up by Jordan in nearly 30 big league innings. I mean, that thing had another gear. It just kept on going off the bat. You weren't sure. That ball ripped. Russell Martin's 3 for 4. There's another left-handed batter coming in. That's it.
Still think it was a great outing by Taylor Jordan, even though he gave up that home run to Pedro Alvarez right there on the changeup. That is a nice job, young right-hander.
On the night, well more than a dozen ground ball outs, 99 pitches, 74 strikes, 7 2/3. Run. Ian Kroll will have to come in and get Garrett Jones for the final out in the 8th. So the call to the bullpen, packaged by the UPS Store. We love logistics. And for Kroll, his 17th appearance, 2.25 ERA. Gave up a hit and a run here last night. 13 strikeouts, 16 innings.
And Taylor Jordan got a nice ovation from Nats fans, a standing ovation as he left the mound. Pitched better than 4 runs tonight.
Gabby Sanchez will bat for Garrett Jones. Ramos to his left to grab that one. Gabby Sanchez as a pinch hitter this year. 2 for 18, but 3 RBIs. Runner going. That throw way behind him and into center field. Russell Martin swipes his second base of this series, his 8th of the year in 10 attempts, and Wilson Ramos gets his 5th error of the year.
Well, a little thing right there, Gabby Sanchez, and you used to see guys do this all the time. When you see a guy go first move as a hitter, you take that bat and you put it right in the catcher's mask. Ran some interference right there. And Wilson Ramos didn't have a chance. Showed bunt and put it right in Wilson Ramos's face. And that was just enough to steal the base and advance to third.
1-1 pitch and a base hit. Pirates 5-1. This one to the gap, and Gabby Sanchez into second base. Three hits, 2 runs, all after 2 outs. That'll close the book on Jordan. Pirates have now hit the Nationals 10-2. And Kroll to Neil Walker, strike 1.
And but Clint Hurdle was deciding what to do with his bullpen here as the lead just jumped to 4 runs versus 3. Especially with the unfortunate injury to Grilli last night. He was put on the 15-day DL today with forearm tightness. And I see Brian Morris getting loose in the Pirates bullpen.
Yeah, Vic Mazzaro sat down. Yeah, you wish the best for Jason Grilli. That did not look good last night. Fastball away. And Walker tries to take it that way. Neil Walker 0 for 3, RBI ground ball. Way out ahead of that one, right into his dugout. And a ball hit to center. Span has it. Top of the 8th inning, and the Pirates add 2 runs after 2 out to take a 4-run lead. Five-hour energy shots. And by DentaQuest, affordable coverage for priceless smiles. Ask your broker about DentaQuest. It's a beautiful night in our nation's capital. Not a whole lot happening, though, on the scoreboard. The Nats have 1 run on 2 hits. Wilson Ramos, a solo home run back in the 3rd. Bryce Harper, a base hit in the 1st, and nothing other than a walk since. Gabby Sanchez stays in and plays first base. Travis Snyder goes to right field. And Brian Morris will take over. He pitched to 1 batter last night. Pinch hitter Chad Tracy grounded him out in the 7th inning.
Well, we talk about it all the time. Some nights you just want to face anybody but who is on the mound. And Garrett Cole did a nice job tonight for his team. Did not look like a 22-year-old.
And you mentioned earlier tonight, he doesn't miss a lot of bats. He only struck out 3 all night. A run on 2 hits in 7 innings on 92 pitches. That's a strike to Denard Span, bottom of the 8th underway.
Well, that's the 2-seamer from Morris. He'll feature a cutter, too. So the 2-seamer goes 94, 95. Cutter, low 80s. Or low 90s, I should say. Upper 80s. And then occasional slider for an out pitch. But loves that cutter. Throws it 54% of the time.
And Span with a great stroke to left field. Denard Span, 3 hits in this series. He's aboard leading off the 8th.
A nice swing right there by Span, staying on that pitch. 85 miles an hour, going the other way. Just letting the ball travel. A little slider right there. With 2 strikes, lets it get deep. No stride involved. Leadoff man aboard here in the 8th for the Nats.
Wilson Ramos.
Yeah, that's a cutter right there at 90.
Mets have scored 3 at home, 6th inning, leading Atlanta 4-1. Phillies are now down by 3 in St. Louis. Ramos has homered to left center, flied to right. This copyrighted broadcast presented by authority of the Washington Nationals Baseball Club and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form, and the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the Washington Nationals. Roger Bernardina for Ian Kroll in the number 9 spot coming.
Some big pinch hit opportunities last night for the Nats. Chad Tracy, Roger Bernardino, Steve Lombardozzi all found themselves in big situations in a close ball game.
5th inning, 7th inning, 9th inning, 0 for 3.
I think the biggest pitch of the night last night was the 3-1 pitch to Roger Bernardino. Took a big swing. It was ball 4. Then he had to battle in a 3-2 count. Why was it big? Because Bryce Harper was on deck.
Ramos with a big rip on a pitch up 96.
Boy, his swing is so short and compact right now. Not a whole lot to it. Just getting that foot down early. And a very violent throw of the bat.
Ramos 1-for-1 career with a double against this right-hander, Brian Morris. Broke his bat, flares one, left field line, and the ball hanging up for Starling Marte. I mean, most guys, that's a blue pit. Wilson's so strong, the ball just carried. And it'll be Roger Bernardina pinch hitting with one out. Two Guns, starring Denzel Washington and Mark Wahlberg. See it in theaters everywhere, August 2nd.
And doing the shark.
Bernardina as a pinch hitter this year, 5 for 19 with an RBI.
And you see that swing by Bernardina. That's a swing he's been featuring all season. Just trying to look like he's trying to hit a 3-run home run. With that speed, if he can hit the ball the other way, there's a lot of hits on the left side.
Ball gets away, and Span took a look and went right back to the first base bag.
And Russell Martin's been all over the place tonight for the Pirates. Right there, little backhand block. Offensively, he's been doing it all. 3 hits, a stolen base, a couple of runs scored.
Target is outer edge.
And just such a tendency, Carp, when you don't play every day and you get that one at-bat a day that you have to wrap your head around for 24 hours, is to do too much. It's understandable. I've come off the bench before. You want to make an impact. You want to help your ball club. It's sometimes hard to stay within yourself. But it's a big league, so you got to find a way.
Nissan will track it.
There's Cutter, 91. Just pulling off a little bit.
Good take. Full count with one out. Top of the order next. No activity in the Pirate bullpen. Clint Hurdle riding Brian Morris here in the 8th with a 4-run lead.
And Davey Johnson would like to see Bryce Harper hit with a couple guys on, I'm sure.
Bernardina strikes out, 2 down.
That 92-mile-an-hour cutter down the zone. Might have been ball 4. Let's check it out. That might have been. It was.
Tyler Clippard for the 9th. Pirates have 8, 9, and 1 due up. Tyler hasn't pitched in this series. In fact, he hasn't pitched since Saturday night. Bryce Harper 1 for 3. 1 for 4 right at the bag. Sanchez. But that's 3 hits in 8 innings. Pirates now coming up top of the ninth, up 4.
The Nationals, as we head to the top of the ninth, it's time for your Kia Drive of the Game, brought to you by Kia. Visit Kia.com to learn why Kia is one of the fastest growing car brands in America. And you see the changeup from Taylor Jordan right there. 85 miles an hour, up and away. Pedro Alvarez, 25th home run of the year. Stayed back on that nice, and I think if you're wondering why Davey Johnson didn't bring in Ian Cole to face Alvarez, I mean, Jordan was cruising right there. He just threw a nasty changeup to Alvarez that had split action on it. Was kind of in a groove, just made one mistake right there to Alvarez and paid the price. But I thought, all in all, a great night for Taylor Jordan. Numbers aren't going to show it, but I think it's his best outing as a major leaguer. Tyler Clippard on 44th appearance for the year, 6-1 record, 1.90 ERA. See the strikeout to walk ratio, good. The batting average against, great, 139. Right-handers 118. Hits hard to come by. With a fastball, curveball, changeup combination.
Jordy Mercer, Travis Snyder, Starling Marte for the Pirates, top of the ninth. Clippard throws it right in there to Mercer. These two have never matched up. And Tyler getting some work in, 5-1 ball game. Maybe wants him sharp for the next couple of nights if Strasburg and Gio get the ball to the 8th inning for him to set things up. 8th inning or beyond. Two and one.
That's a good matchup tonight or tomorrow night with Liriano pitching. He's been great for the Pirates. Left-hander with plus stuff.
9 wins. And the fastball misses, 3-1.
Steven Strasburg, plus stuff. He's just thinking tomorrow's the day the offense breaks out. I know that's exactly what he's thinking. I can read minds.
Yeah, I just hope he's not sitting there thinking, I got to be perfect to win a ball game tomorrow night. You don't want your guys thinking that. So let it loose. Do what you do best. Way out ahead of that changeup was Jordy Mercer.
At the play, nice. So far ahead that Nick Leyva almost wore it in the third base box. You see him do the limbo right there to get out of the way. Hang loose.
And I noticed Nick's a little further from home plate than he used to be years ago.
Yeah. I mean, the older you get, the farther back you got to be. Remember Tommy Lasorda in that All-Star game in Seattle. He was darn near in left field, and he still worried. The bat came flying down there. Nick's belt scuffling a little bit, too, by the way.
3 balls, 2 strikes. Well, the Pirates, a couple of right-handers, Mark Melancon and Jeanmar Gomez. Gomez on the right. Mark Melancon has done some closing at the big league level for Houston and Boston. They might have to call on him until they get Jason Grilli back, or however that shakes out. Jason Worth is tracking this one near the line, and that's the first out here in the top of the ninth. Took Tyler a while to get it. Good battle. You could throw out the first pitch at Friday's 7 o'clock game. Sign up for Masson's Touch 'em All rewards and use hashtag MassonFirstPitch through Wednesday. Your chance to win. Go to MassonSports.com to learn more.
That would be cool. Just don't bounce it if you win that contest. Throw it halfway up the screen, that's fine. Don't bounce it.
Yeah. That ball hooking right field side.
Nicely done.
Snyder pitch hit last night in the 8th inning and popped up.
Perfect fastball, 93 on the black. I'll tell you what, his fastball location this year has been better than ever, especially on the outer half to left-handers. Last year threw more changeup. This year's relied on, it seems like, more fastballs and curveballs.
That's a good-looking heater at the knees. And there is nothing Snyder could do. 2 outs.
That's just a hang with him. You got a pair of 93s on the black paint. Not a whole lot you could do if you're facing that right there. Good frame by Ramos to stick the landing. You see the Expo shot of the Tyler Clippard elbows, kneecaps, and then the ball.
Starling Marte. For the most part, the Nats have kept him off base in this series. 9 plate appearances, hit by a pitch. He's 0 for 8. Josh Harrison in the pitcher spot next if Tyler Clippard can't get Marte.
Aggressive hitter trying that changeup. Marte, as a leadoff hitter, loves to swing early in the count.
Outfield around a bit to the right for this right-handed batter who's a good combination of power and speed. 10 home runs, 28 stolen bases. What a changeup.
81 miles an hour. Usually that changeup 83, 84. And watch this one. 81 miles an hour, and Marte way out in front of the 2-1 change.
And a fastball upstairs taken. Count goes full. Nats, by the way, 2-3-4 due up, bottom of the ninth. There's not a whole lot Davey can do when the offense has 3 hits. Tyler Clippard, 2 strikeouts and a 1-2-3 ninth. So here we go to the bottom of the inning. Clippard impressive again. Rendon, Zimmerman, LaRoche coming up.
Around and join us for the next half hour when the game is over for our Nets Extra postgame show. Still a half an inning to go. The Nationals down by 4. Ray, and it's been another tough night. Kind of like a broken record, isn't it?
Yeah, but that's a good lead because it's absolutely true. Johnny, 3 base hits, and it all really came undone a little bit when we did turn a double play in the second inning. Taylor threw the ball tonight exceptionally well. And got his velocity up to 95, pitched 92, 93, and it's a shame that those last couple runs were charged to him, but threw the ball very well, and that's a positive. Garrett Cole, on the other hand, was dominant.
And the Nationals still have 1 at-bat coming up here in the bottom of the ninth, and hopefully can do something they couldn't do last night, and that's to somehow, some way pull out a win. Let's see if Bob and FP can do it. And Ray and I'll see you coming up after the ball game.
All right, gentlemen, thank you. Mark Melancon for the Pirates. And he's been a setup guy this year. Does have a couple of saves, 23 in the big leagues. 20 of those 2 years ago when the Nats battled him a time or two when he was with the Houston Astros. So he would be the guy you would expect they would call on while Jason Grilli is hurt.
His 0.97 ERA, lowest among National League relievers, and he's a 3-pitch guy. Fastball, cut fastball, and a curveball to go with it. Fastball averages 93, cut fastball averages 92, curveball 81. And like you said, he was a closer in Houston, so he knows what it's like to stand on the mound for the last 3 outs.
Two, 3, 4. Anthony Rendon, Ryan Zimmerman, and Adam LaRoche for the Nats. Rendon sees him for the first time. Zimmerman's had 3 at-bats. And Adam LaRoche has never hit against Mark Melancon. .95 right in their outer half.
Yeah, I like what the Pirates do with Gabby Sanchez at first base. They put him in that hole right there between first and second. And when you think about it, over the course of 162 games, how many right-handed hitters really hit a ball between the first baseman and the bag?
Doesn't happen often. This ball might come twisting back. Sanchez not able to reach it.
And if you have an athletic first baseman that's able to scramble over there and find the base on a ball hit to the other side of the infield, it just makes perfect sense to take a first baseman and put him in that hole. It's where you see far more hits go through from right-handers than you do to the glove side between you and the bag.
Rendon 0 for 3 tonight in the series. 1 for 7. He'll drive this ball to the gap in right center, but it's coming back to Travis Snider. Francisco Liriano tomorrow night. Steven Strasburg for the Nats. Liriano 9-4 with a 2.44 ERA. A lot of years in Minnesota, but the Nats have never faced him. Steven Strasburg, 2-0 career against the Bucks. We'll never forget his first game against them 3 years ago. Stevens 5-7 with a 2.97 ERA. Nats Extra presented by Geico. 6:30. Ryan Zimmerman is 0 for 3 career against Mark Melancon. He drives this ball to right center. McCutchen playing deep, and the Pittsburgh Pirates are 1 out away from being 20 games over 500.
Strasburg struck out 14 Pirates the first time he faced them. Did he strike out 13 the second time he faced them?
Sounds right. Adam LaRoche was out for the season, and because of his shoulder a couple of years ago when the Nats faced Melancon in Houston. So he doesn't have any career at bats against this right-hander. Shift is on.
Need base runners? Why not? Thinking about pushing the bunt down to third base. It's a free hit, and you need guys on.
That ball called a strike, and LaRoche looks back at Tim Timmons in surprise.
Well, I'll tell you what, the only guy you get it by is Melancon, so if you're going to bunt it hard.
And LaRoche will pull it. It's an 0-5. The Pirates taking care of the Nats again. Tonight it's 5-1 on a combined 3-hitter. So the Nats will pin their hopes on Steven Strasburg against the Bucks tomorrow night. For FP and Julie, Bob Carpenter will give it a try in Game 3 next. Tomorrow evening, Francisco Liriano against Strasburg. This has been a Masson presentation. Nats Extra postgame with Johnny and Ray from the ballpark coming up next, and from the booth at Nationals Park. So long.